Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're gonna be continuing to take a look at a scenario. What if civilization started over? We are now on episode 64 of the series. Also, it's 2026. No more brain rot. If you type brain rot in the comments, your comment will be deleted. Just know, it's a new year, so leave brain rot memes in the past in 2025 and come up with new stuff that's not brain rot. Now let's get right into the episode. So, a lot of things happened in the last episode. Basically, nothing major happened, except for, this. Egypt kind of just released a lot of countries and gave some land to other countries, like Mesopotamia got some land. Greece got a bit of coastal areas. Even Europe Unitaria got some land along in Carthage. Now we have Libya, who is landlocked. We have Sudan and Chad, which I just call them that because I was just trying to come up with names. It's hard to come up with names in this series. So, yeah, time for, a war to take place. Where is this war gonna take place? Well, turns out that Finland and Russia are at war now. Not in real life. This Finland here and this Russia. So they are having a dispute over where this border is, for whatever reason. Russia claims it goes Russia claims it's something like this. Meanwhile, the claim of Finland is what it is right now. So what are they gonna do about it? Try to fix it? No, they're gonna go to war over it. So Russian troops will enter into Finnish territory. But unannounced to Russia, there is, if anyone attacks Finland, they'll get jumped. And jump they do. Finnish forces arrive. And now they are entering into actual Russian territory. And they're doing great work against the Russians. And there's also the Crimeans, who also start their invasion into Russia. Mesopotamia is gonna stay out of this because they don't want to make their borders any worse. I kind of like their borders, so I like their borders enough. But Kazakhstan will be invading into the Russian into Russia here. We're going along and just making sure they can get as much land as possible, and they're trying to get a coastline. That's what they're trying to do. So they'll go off and cut Russia into two. We're taking the island, this island, which I don't know the name of, which I should know the name of, but I don't. This country right here, which I don't know what to name, will decide to go in and take some land from Russia as well. This country will also make an invasion into this island, onto this island, which I also don't know the name of. I really need to get better at getting the names of islands correct. They also get into this island chain. Guess what? These guys also get into this, go onto this island, sharing, getting a border. They'll figure out what to do with this later. For now, they're just gonna occupy it. The Finnish will go and capture this island. They also will keep going along into here, hoping to connect up to Kazakhstan, and they'll meet up with Kazakhstan over here, cutting Russia into two yet again. But Finland will move in to capture all of this land over here. Crimean forces get close to the capital of Russia. So do Kazakh forces. And even Finnish forces. The Finnish will will encircle this part of the capital. While Kazakhstan will encircle this area, and Crimea will encircle this area. The battle fight on, and eventually every force will get in to the capital city, and eventually the capital will fall to the forces, and we could go ahead and look at the treaty that'll be taking place in Egypt. So, Russia will lose a lot of territory over to the Finnish. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. They get all the way up to here. They even take a big portion. They even take this island, and part of this island. So this is the actual new border, which that resolves the border issue now. But there are still some other border issues out throughout the world. Crimea will fix this border right here. They'll take these provinces over here. Because the border already looks weird. So I think this looks better for Crimea. Kazakhstan won't be getting a coastline. Because they'll only be allowed to annex this land. There'll be a new country forming out of Russia. Pretty soon. But first we gotta get the peace deal done. This country will annex a large part of this area. Now, getting more west. East of their country. No. This is west. That way is west, and that way is east. It's hard to remember which way it is. And they even get a little bit of this island here. Not all of it, but they do get a little bit. Actually, they do get this part over here as well. Time to find just a random color. I'm just gonna go in the middle here. Sure, this color, this color looks good. So we have a nation forming right here on this island. I don't know what to call this nation. Or let's do. There'll be a country forming right here. So I'm not gonna come up with a name for all the countries. You guys can come up with names for countries I can't name. There'll be a country forming right over here. One right here. And that's about it. It's hard to come up with colors now. Now it's time to give them their capitals. There. So now that that's over, let's take a look at where else there's a border, issue. Oh, it's actually in Antarctica? I thought it would be up here in North America, but no, it's Antarctica. So where's this border issue at? Oh, over here. These 4 countries right here have border disputes. This country claims that the border with this country goes here, and their border with this guy goes like that. I'm just gonna represent this by dots. So they claim this is the border here, and they claim they should have this land right here. That's what they claim. This country only claims not much. They only claim like this should be the border between them, and they claim this should be the border between these two guys. What about this country? They claim the border with them should just be like this. They claim a lot of this country. But not a whole lot of this country. They only claim about that much. That's what they should, that the border should look like. These guys only claim that this should just be like that and this. So that's all that these guys will claim. So they'll all break into a war over borders. Over the borders. The first country to make a move is actually this country right here. We'll send their forces in, take over this country, in hopes of getting them to give them what they want. Also send their forces into this country, only claiming what they got. As well into this country, which will only take what they claim. The border should be like... These guys won't be focusing on this, but instead focusing their forces into this country. What about these guys? Well, yeah, they're not focusing on this guy either, because they're the ones who started the war, so they're just gonna let them exhaust their forces out, fighting each other, fighting all forces. But their forces are spread out, see? Now what about these guys? Oh. Hold on. Oh, only a majority. Oh, the majority of our forces are focused over here. Well, that's weird. I don't know what's happening. Who's gonna get to whose capital first? Okay, these guys are just gonna go around this and enter. They're gonna go around these forces, reclaiming this land. Just heading straight towards the capital city. These guys will also just head straight towards the capital, which they are actually outside the capital's gates. For some reason, these two aren't fighting each other anymore. Oh, they're focused on these guys now. So they're just gonna send their forces straight in. They're gonna slam their forces in. And then someone will third party this war and enter into this country just to take advantage of a distracted country here. They'll begin to claim as much land as they could possibly get. But this country will take, these forces from this country will take the capital, and the country will just fall over to the invading forces. And now we can take a look at this peace deal for this war. Oh, these countries will actually come to an agreement. They will just exchange land. These guys will gain this. Wait, hold on. These guys will gain this land. No, these guys will gain. These guys will gain. Oh, hold on. Let me just fill that in first. So these guys will gain this land here. That looks better. And these guys will just exchange land as well. So these guys will gain this land, just expanding, but these guys will gain access to this area over here. So it's a win-win for both countries. These three solve their like border disputes. But for these guys, yeah. These guys do solve the border dispute with these guys, but they will be taking a majority of the land here. They even take this land over here. These guys will take all of this land. This country will only take about this much. And this country will take this land here, since they did join the war just to get land, which they got the land. So that was weird. Anyway, let's see where another border issue is. Oh, it's also another area in Antarctica. Oh, wait, hold on. Almost forgot about something. So where's this? What the So where's this border skirmish? Oh yeah, right here. It's right here. These guys are fighting again. These guys claim that their border with this country is around their capital city and goes up like this. They also claim this border goes like that. How about these guys? Well, they claim their border with this country, the blue team, will go like this. And they also claim that this border here, they also claim this area. So this area overlaps. And these guys claim that this is their border. And this is their border. That's what they claim their borders look like. How are they going to solve this? Yes, you already know. Wartime, baby! Considering these guys are the closest to the capital, these guys will immediately take the capital city. And they enter straight in to capture a majority of the land here. They also send some forces in here. These guys just don't care about this now. Because they will slam their forces straight in to this blue country right here. But then, unannounced to them, this yellow country will also slam forces into this blue country, taking them by surprise. Well, what's their forces, not the capital. As they get very close to the invading forces, but they also had an issue with this country from the start. They just didn't want to. They couldn't attack them because they were still weak, even though they're larger. But they also just wanted this land here. And yeah, this country is just gonna meet up with these forces and like, whoa, 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 what are you doing here? Oh, just solving our border dispute with this country. Oh, okay. And they will meet up over here. And this country will also just go along here. Eventually meeting up with these forces over here, and they also ask the same question to these guys, and they respond same way. I think this is, hold on. Yeah, this is the Unitarians. This is Africa Unitarian, South Africa Unitarian. But eventually, this country will fall over to the invading forces, which I'm just going to color in the rest with this color, just to show that they are surrendering. So let's go ahead and take a look at the peace deal. So these guys will be annexing most of this blue country here. As they take over this land right here, they also work out their border issue here, and this teal country is just gonna give over this land, this province to them. So I guess that's solved, and their borders are looking great. I'm pretty sure this was an English colony in Antarctica. I can go take a look in earlier episodes, just to make sure I'm not wrong. Anyways, for this country, they will claim some of this land right here. And these guys will annex they will annex this land right here. These provinces over here. And also these provinces over here. Now, what about the rest of this territory? I'm glad you asked. They'll be making puppet governments here. They'll create their puppet government over here. Over time, these guys will annex this territory. Their puppet state will be right here. And these guys' puppet state will just be the rest of this territory. Right here. Which all three of them will claim this area, will claim their respective puppet states. So that was interesting. Boop, boop, boop. Let's head over to North America, where a massive, hurricane comes in and yay, bye-bye Hawaii. Yeah. Also, Baja is gonna be making a deal with Mexico, with the Mexicans. They will cede over, Mexico will cede over some land to Baja in exchange for some resources. They'll have a resource pact. They will trade with each other. So these guys will give up this land just to trade, just to get some resources here. And these guys will also get resources that these guys have that they don't have. So it's a win-win. Baja will also be getting some land from Cascada, which they will just cede over because they're friendly with Baja. And that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in episode 65. Goodbye.